Well, hello, hello, hello. I'm Tia Knapp, and I'm thrilled to pieces to be here with my dear friend, Dr. Michael Gross.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm excited about what we're going to talk about.
Michael has a phenomenal message that he channels from the true source. And what we encourage is that everybody puts their comments and questions into the comments on Facebook or if you're on YouTube. And at the end of his message tonight, everybody will have an opportunity. I'll ask Michael questions. So if you have questions, if you have comments, we'll share those as well. Michael has been in the world of spirituality, I get in that realm for many, many years, over 30 years that I know of. And he has truly changed my life. He is so well versed in so many different aspects of soul, over soul, vibrations, frequencies, body timing, life force energy. He has a plethora of knowledge that he shares with us very openly on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, like tonight. So I encourage you to all contact him. I'll put his contact information in the comments as well, because we keep this down to about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but we do our best to respect everybody's time. And we really are very, very grateful that you take your time to come and share it with us. Michael, you have such a plethora of knowledge and wisdom. You have changed my life tremendously, and I'm so grateful for that. And on that note, with all due respect to everybody here, I'll go ahead and just mute out because you have a beautiful topic to share with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. The topic is the gift of life. So many times I have lunch or listen to people and I hear complaints and pain and anger and frustration, even loss. And I think to myself, you asked for this gift of life. It's not that we're supposed to suffer in pain or be angry or be a victim or whatever. It's just that you're experiencing life. And that's so important. I've talked before, you're experiencing love. Poets, whatever, we can't describe it. It's an emotion and feeling. Everything in life is powerful because you're learning something new. And what if we all sat back and said, I learned something new? What would that really mean? I've known people that have had to go bankrupt, lost their business, maybe the relationships didn't work out, they got sick or ill, and they go, what if we said, yep, I learned something new. This is so powerful. Thank you. Thank you, my soul, for helping me create this experience. Notice the words where I was saying, thank you, my soul. Most people like to go, God's punishing me. It's God's fault. It's this and that, yada, yada, yada. It isn't. You create everything in your life. And if you looked at this as a powerful knowingness, powerful lesson, you know what happens? And you acknowledge it, that example that you've gone through, that lesson will be terminated and over with. So, like the pain or the uncomfortableness or the lack of joy or happiness, it'll come into your life. You'll experience it. Thank you for being there, and it's gone. Say, now I am healed. But what is that challenge that is created in our mind? And the basic challenge that is created in our mind is the old ego. Nothing goes right. It's I'm being punished. Nothing goes right. What did I do wrong? If nothing goes right, why am I a victim? Nothing goes right for me. Instead of giving thanks for this, I've learned my lesson, and I believe it's over and done with. And stop living in the past. The gift of life is for you to enjoy everything that is concurrently happening. And if true, as the true source said to me, there is no such thing as failure. You learn what worked and didn't work. It's very simple. If I was making a soup and I forgot to stir it and it burned a little bit on the pot, it's like, am I being punished? No, I learned something new. Am I stupid? Nope. Am I a failure? Nope. I should have remembered to stir it. So next time I make the soup, I'll stir it. And you're probably thinking, oh, that's too easy, Michael. What about all the pain I went through or the business I lost or my children or blah, 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 blah. And when I talk about that, the gift of life is so important, because every experience you should cherish, because this goes into your Akashic records. And as it goes into your Akashic records, it goes into knowledge. You're probably wondering, well, all right, so I have all this knowledge. I don't remember. What am I supposed to do with it? Well, in the body, as you are now, which is my students used to call affordable housing, in your body right now is the experience, and the experience is the motion. And that gives you knowledge. So let's say in your next reincarnation, you may become a guide or a master guide or a guardian angel or an angel, even an archangel. You'll have all that information to draw upon, all that wonderful knowledge. And it's so positive. You know, everybody I hear, well, life is so short. Boy, that aggravates me. It makes me annoyed. You know, compared to how old your soul is, which is trillions of years old, yeah, life is short. But compared to what you experienced this time, why would you want to say life is short? And that is, what are you screaming for? That same person, if you were to tell them, well, in 6 months you're going to die. Oh, no, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Well, you keep saying life is short. So why are you manifesting this? I hope you all understand that thought. But the most important thing we need to do is look at a silver lining, shall we say, or a golden sun in everything that occurs in your life. And then you look at what works and what doesn't work. That's so important. And we all get messages if there's going to be some kind of a challenge. Notice I said a challenge, not a punishment or danger, but a challenge. And you're wondering, well, why? Why am I experiencing this? Well, you were warned. You go, no, you weren't. And yeah, did you have a feeling? Well, I thought I might do it this way, but I ignored it. Okay. So you want to play the victim, or do you want to turn around and say, learned a lesson? I got to learn to listen to those thoughts in my mind, which actually comes from your soul, perhaps your guardian angels, or a combination of them. One most important thing is that you have a connection, and it's a direct connection with the true source. And that direct connection is, hey, Michael, go out and experience life. Tell me what it's all about. Because I'm sitting back there and vicariously I'm living through you. So whatever you experience, I'm learning from you. Wow, isn't that great? So when you think about the true source punishing you or whatever the karma is, no, you're creating your life 24/7. When you come here, you have a mission and goal. Perhaps it is to change the modus operandi of families, to break curses, or perhaps to break the lineage of anger, frustration, or illnesses. Whatever it is, you're a cycle breaker. Okay? You signed up for it. You said, I'm going to do this. Nobody held you to the shotgun to your head or they threatened your life. You said, I can do this. And you're probably wondering, why the heck did I do this? Well, then when you're surrounded by love, it's kind of like, no, piece of cake. I can do this. It's like being in a boat in the clear water and looking down, you go, oh, there's a pirate's treasure. I can almost touch it. So you put on a snorkeling outfit and you go down 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. And now you can't hold your breath any longer. And it's actually 50 or 100 feet deep. But it looks so easy. And that's what it is when you're in your soul. I can handle this. It's a piece of cake. I am so full of love. But in reality, if you didn't experience the challenge, what did you learn? Nothing. If everything went perfect for you and there were no challenges, you learned nothing. Overcoming challenges is so powerful because it gives you knowledge, it gives you strength, it gives you understanding. And when you're through it, through whatever challenge it is, people are going to look at you and admire you. Look what he went through. Oh my gosh, or she went through. And look how she is now. She's no longer a victim. Wow, she's inspiring, or he's inspiring. On the other hand, you can play the victim for the rest of your life. And I've known people that have done it. Congratulations. Argue for your limitations and you own them. Guess what? Here's your round trip ticket to do it all over again. Is that a punishment? No. You have to find the answers to everything. So when it comes your turn to help souls as a guardian angel, as an angel, as an archangel, as a master guide or helping with the universe with other souls, that knowledge will help you create everything a lot clearer, easier, more quickly, and better. So we learn whenever we have a challenge in our life. And then we find shortcuts. What's the greatest shortcut you can find in life? One word: forgiveness. That's it, just forgiveness. And I hear people, I'm not ready to do it. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. Hang on to it. Come back a few other lifetimes, maybe you'll get it right. Well, why am I being punished? You're not being punished. You have the opportunity to do something. If not, you can delay it, do it another lifetime or 5, 6, 7 lifetimes. But I will caution you is that if you don't do it now and you have that free will and free choice, there's no punishment. Absolutely 100% not. But this is what you do. You know, I had trouble getting it in this lifetime. I got to make it tougher in this lifetime so I finally get it right. So whatever trials and tribulations you're going through that is painful, it's because you said, I want to get it right, make it such a form that I have no choice. So I want to talk about the beautiful energy of forgiveness. And it's a 3-step process. And the first process is ask the soul, keyword, soul of the person, permission to talk to the soul. Then ask that soul of that person to forgive you. All right? Ask them to forgive you for what you've done. You've hurt them or whatever you've done. Then forgive them for being in that position that they had to strike back at you. Okay. And then the last step is forgive yourself for creating that. Now it's easy. Oh, I forgive you. I forgive myself. Yep, I forgive you for all the things you've done for me and blah, blah, blah. Unless you feel that emotion, that frustration, and that releasing of the pain, and it's not going to work. How do I know? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I had to do it with some very important people in my life. I went, wow, what a relief. Oh, how powerful this is. And you feel a lightness and a freedom. That's what's so beautiful. You see, because when you forgive someone and you feel it with emotion and the pain, you're taking on a little bit of their pain to some degree. And then you're realizing, I did this to grow and learn, but I created chaos. So it's like you are in a play, you are the actor or actress, and now it's time for you to own up, to be the star of this play, which is you. By forgiving them, you forgive them for creating chaos. You ask them to forgive you, and then you forgive yourself. 3 steps. I'll remind you one more time. Ask the soul of them to forgive you. All right. Then you forgive them for putting you in that position to strike out. And the third step is to forgive yourself. Feel the emotion. Boy, this is so simple. And boy, when I do this, and I assist you if you want, boy, people are angry. I don't want to do this. I refuse to do it. You go, okay, bless you, no problem. But you know what happens when you're angry? It physiologically works on your body, your hormones, your glands, your heartbeat, even more so. All anger is stored in your body. And then you may have high blood pressure, diabetes, heaven forbid, even cancer or some other illness or disease, because you stored it, the anger and frustration in your body. So the gift of life is every experience adds knowledge, and you learn how to forgive and move forward, and you learn not to hold grudges, and you learn how to have fun. Well, what's the definition of fun? Anything you enjoy that is not negative. Fun for me may be different fun for you, but who cares? You need to do this. Why am I spending time talking about this evening? The reason is there's a beautiful energy and vibration that's beginning to open, like a portal where when you go through the act of healing, forgiveness at a three-part basis, you then are able to recreate a life of more love and joy and happiness. Instead of holding grudges, instead of instead of being upset, and open your heart up to the true source of unconditional love. You know how I talk, you are unlimited. I talk about if you don't know where you're going, you can't get lost. I talk about without love, there is no life. Without life, there is no love. These things are so important. Yet, so many of us hear that, and tomorrow morning it's forgotten, buried, and you go back and get upset. And you go, somebody took advantage of me or hurt me, or somebody was angry to me. I was just checking the time, or whatever. So are you going to let that control you and own you? Well, congratulations. You have just lost your sovereignty. You have just lost why you're here. Look at it this way. On earth, we're in school to get knowledge and understanding. That's simple. Knowledge and understanding. And yet we as humans have to make a big deal about it. And then, you'll argue till the cows come home, as they say. And you'll argue and argue and argue and say, yeah, what am I to learn from this? Why have I created it? And take responsibility. That's why you're here. And once you begin to do that, your life does a 180-degree turnaround. What does that mean? That means you have more joy. The simplest things bring joy. I remember my children and growing up, we had toys, not the kind of computer type technology, but each one, my daughter and my son, they would sneak into the cabinet, take out a big pot, turn it upside down with a wooden handle and beat on it. They thought that was the greatest thing, as they say, since sliced bread. They would laugh and thought it was great. And it's a simple thing that brought them joy. Now I want a computer. I got to have a cell phone. I got to be on the internet. I got to talk to everybody. And not knocking the internet, but what a distraction that is, not only for our children, for ourselves. And I really believe it was designed by negativity to take away our self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem, to explore how to achieve it, to explore that our life doesn't revolve around others' opinions. It revolves about your own personal growth. And as we're running down in time, I would like you to think about this. And you can send me comments whenever you desire. What is it that you are running away from, that you're burying yourself in your software high tech, and that you're not facing any of the beautiful life's experiences that are empowering? Why are you blocking it? Why are you running from it? And what purpose you achieve for you? Because that old expression, you can run, but you can't hide. Thank you so much for joining me. Tiu, do we have any questions?
Michael, thank you so much for your words of wisdom. And yes, I have a question, and then we have some comments.
Sure.
You were talking about the value of forgiveness, and there's three people, or well, there's
Three steps.
There's 3 steps. So I understand you ask permission to speak to the soul of the person that you would like to address forgiveness with. And then you also ask them to forgive you as well as you forgive them. Why is it so hard for us to forgive ourselves?
One word: ego. Most souls hate to admit they're wrong because they feel vulnerable. But you know what? I have found in my dealings with corporations and businesses, even teaching college, when you turn around and say, I really messed up. I may say, forgive me, or I may say, I've given you the wrong information. I'm so sorry. Or sometimes they say, forgive me. Let me correct this. Boy, do people have more respect for me because I'm honest with them. And they can trust me because they now know if I mess up, I will say, I messed up, I made a mistake, or forgive me, or I gave you erroneous information. I have no problem. I'd rather be right than wrong. And that's the ego in us that we can't admit defeat because we're weak. We don't have any power. They won't love me. They won't respect me. Here's the secret. They're going to people that are going to love you and respect you. And there are others, no matter what you do, they're going to find fault. And if you think that is erroneous, look at the political agendas that is going around in the United States, Canada, I'll say all of North America, Central America, South America, and Europe. Look at what's going on. And then you can understand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That helps. We have a couple comments here from Darshan. He wrote, everything goes right for me because that's the way I want it to be. And I thought, that's perfect, exactly perfect, because we create what you tell us too. What we think we create, what we create, we experience. So it would make sense if we do it that way, that and then you have a warning here too about careful with your thoughts. What happens if we have a negative thought? What do we do?
Well, good. Thank you for bringing that up. Every thought is a manifestation. So what you think you create, what you create, you experience. If you go around and say nothing's right for me, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, my life is horrible, universe, we don't judge you. You must like it, so we'll give it to you. Whatever you're talking about, we'll give it to you. And it's so simple. You know, I use the expression, you know, sometimes I'm going shopping and I'm maybe going to Costco or Nordstrom's or wherever I'm going. You know, I ask Spirit to give me a perfect parking spot and I forget about it. 99.9% of the time, I get a perfect parking spot. I don't have to walk very far. Well, how much effort did I put into it? Like 1%, 3%, 5%. But more importantly, I never doubted. I didn't question. And that's the stumbling part. Well, it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. Doubt. I think it's going to happen. Doubt. It may happen. Doubt. I hope it happens. Doubt. I want it to happen. Doubt. All right. It has now happened. I now have the perfect parking spot in front of XYZ, and that's it. You know, the other day I had to get my sticker for my driver's license. And I said, I didn't want to wait any time. And I manifested, I'll get in there and get out right away to the driving license plate bureau. I walked in, woman said, hi, come on over. I think I was there 10 seconds, got it completed and got my sticker and I'm done. She said, you know, you're about 3 or 4 days late. You should have got it 3 or 4 days later. I said, yeah, boy, am I lucky. Thanks for pointing it out. I didn't give her a hard time. I said, gee, thank you. You know, whatever she said that, I don't care. I got in time and I didn't get a traffic ticket. That's all. But kindness and love. I broke these glasses, the bows on the side, and I went to a place that replaces it. I went into the woman and she was having a hard time and I was talking to her and then I told her a little joke and, you know, things are going to change. And she didn't charge me for the bows. You know, thank you. I appreciate it. No charge. See, kindness, love comes back to you. That's what we're all about. That's what we're here for.
Thank you, Michael. We have a couple.
Sure.
Questions from Sarah. Okay. She asks, "How do we lead from soul and not ego, especially when the world feels chaotic?" That's question one.
Who is asking the question?
Sarah.
Okay. Sarah S.
Yes.
Yeah. Repeat that one more time. How do we move?
How do we lead from soul, not ego, especially when the world feels so chaotic?
Well, you know, I tell all my clients, you know, as your doctor, my prescription is for a bottle of wine and brie and crackers as a little joke. The truth is that why are you getting irritated with the world? I understand. I get irritated too. So I want you to think I'm immune. but I realize that I am a force of power. And let me explain how a force of power is. When you add an energy of fear, doubt, anger, frustration, and negativity, it's like you have a fire going and you're adding more wood or fuel to it. Okay. When you're adding love, just you alone, just love, what happens is this beautiful energy of love comes out. And what the next thing is, it attracts other souls you don't even know all over the universe that are thinking the same thing. In other words, you are connecting with those souls that are on the same frequency and energy. Like if you complain about politically or whatever's going on, you're tuning into their frequency and energy. When you're tuning into the frequency and energy of love, unconditional love, and everybody's going to wake up, and I send unconditional love to all this chaos, there's another energy you're hooking up with, which is the true source. You become a conduit, and everybody that's thinking the same thing. The old saying, like attracts like. So those souls, they could be in India, they could be in Alaska or Brazil or who knows where. They're thinking the same things. And what happens is there's a mighty force. You know, what happens, just a little thing I'll be talking about, but I'll give myself a plug. The second Saturday of every month we do Mass Consciousness Healing. And everybody that joins us has a revelation of feeling love through their heart, and they feel the love going into Mother Earth. And the comments are just beautiful. I'm not going to go over the comments, but just to give you an idea, we're all connecting together. And your guides and your angels and so on. Yep, you're doing the right thing. We're here to support you. All right, here we go. We're a team. We're going to get that energy going. This big rush of love energy comes out. Everyone who does this, boy, I feel so great. I feel wonderful. All they are is a conduit for love. So I ask for love to be sent to all the chaos in the world. And you know what? Eventually they'll get it because it cannot be avoided. Sarah, thank you for asking that question. I know you personally are loving.
Sarah also has another question, and then Darshan
Sure.
has a couple comments, okay? Sarah also asked, what does true leadership look like in this new era of awakening?
That's a very good question. And the era of awakening is leadership. You speak your truth from your heart and from your soul. You see, your soul is nothing but love, unconditional love. That's all. No hate, no anger. It's the ego and the unconscious mind is bringing out hate and anger or whatever because you've been programmed to think that way by your family, friends, religiosity, whatever. But if you ask your soul to say the right words, to be a leader and bring about love and compassion and healing as well on this planet, you will automatically say the right words without even thinking. So you be a light amongst the darkness. Speak your truth, speak your soul's love. For us in the United States, there were a handful of men and women who said, we don't want any part of King George. We've had it. We don't want taxation without representation. And they were called, the Patriots. And the Tories were called those who were pro King George. And what happened? This handful of people grew and grew and grew and grew. And then the United States became the great nation. And that applies to any nation, whether Australia, Canada, Ireland, or whatever, it applies to all. All you do is ask to speak from your soul and the words of love and wisdom, and they'll just flow without thinking. Good question. Thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you, Michael. And Darshan has 2 comments as well. He wrote, for too long, I made things way too tough, but doing it that way, I've had enough. It's the first one. He's such a poet. His beautiful, all-natural poet. His other comment here is, forgiveness is the key to living your life extraordinarily. So on that note, we want to thank everybody for your input, and Michael has some more things to share with us.
Yes, I'd like to share some things. I'm just getting ready. First of all, Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for your brilliant questions. And those who asked some questions, you'd already have my telephone number, and you can give me a call and say, "Hey, handsome." I'm only kidding. Hey, I need some help. One of the things I used to go to Starbucks, and they said, "What's your name for coffee?" And I go, "Handsome." And they go, "Handsome, your coffee's ready." And everybody would look at me and chuckle, and they got my humor. But I gave them a little chuckle for the day, and I also got a chuckle, so I thought I'd share that. What I would like to discuss is every Tuesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's called Soul Awakening. I invite all of you. It's on freeconferencecall.com. So you know my joke, you can be in your pajamas, I'll never know. And just ask any question, and hopefully I can answer it. And with that thought in mind, is I leave a 10-minute little message. There are about 405, 406. And what I would suggest to all of you to do, join us, ask a question. Hopefully I can answer it, and then listen to those 10-minute messages. But first, I want to explain, if you desire to join us on Tuesday evening from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., tell them how they connect with us.
Absolutely. That number you dial is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. One more time, please.
202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. And using that same telephone number, excuse me, and the same access code, the second Saturday of every month, we have the Mass Consciousness Healing. That goes from 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01 Pacific time. All that's required is you to join us. And the first 5 minutes, 4 minutes, hi, how are you? We ask where you're from, and then we go into a meditation. Even for those who say, I don't know how to meditate, I've heard that, and they go, wow, I just experienced something, or I think I fell asleep. I just feel great or wonderful. And that is because your soul was working as a team with Mother Earth, the loving inhabitants, universe, the guardian angels, archangels, angels, all of us are sending healing. And that's so powerful. Remember, nothing negative can live in the energy of love. And that sets off your month. So I encourage you all to do this. What's the cost? An hour and 6 minutes of your time. What's the benefit? Why don't you come down and share and see what it looks like, feels like? Tell them how to be part of this.
In order to be part of the Mass Consciousness Healing, the second Saturday of every month, you dial the same number that you do on Tuesday night. It's 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. So please join us. It's really important because we have to make a difference on this planet. I don't care what your political persuasion is or what your religion. Everything comes from love. And that is what we are. Remember, without love, there is no life. Without life, there is no love. Also, I would like to give you another opportunity. And that other opportunity for all of you is that these words of wisdom that I share on Tuesday evenings, there's a way you can listen to them. There's about 403, 404. They start at the number 3. No, they are not indexed. And as many of you have already heard this, but when told the true source, oh, I messed up, I forgot to label them. Nope. Michael, you want to read through 400 of them? No. Tell everybody, trust your soul. You'll listen to it. You'll find the right one. And I always get just what I needed to hear, everyone. So, Tio, tell them how to get that information.
Those recordings are at 434-300-4170. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. One more time, please.
Absolutely. 434 300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125-446-pound. So please listen to them. It'll change your life. You're stuck in traffic. You're mad at someone. Your life is kittywampus. Just do it, as they would say. Just do it and you'll be surprised. Also like to share that if you go to Dr. Michael, initial B, like in Barbara, Gross, you can see on YouTube some of these wonderful sessions that you and I have been doing for several years. There'll also be opportunities to hear some motivational messages with a beautiful picture behind it, a photograph taken by an award-winning photographer, as you know, T.U. Knapp. I encourage you all to share that. And the last thing, almost hang in there a few more minutes, is that I offer a complimentary session, 20 minutes to a half an hour. Sometimes it goes longer. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm going to assist you in finding answers. And the next thing I will tell you, if I can be of any assistance, let me know. And that's it. And if you never call me, well, I followed my mission and goals to make you think and understand how you can be healed. Or maybe I can help you. Who knows? Whatever works. It works for you, it works for me. Because part of my belief system, which I learned from someone else, no expectations, no attachments. So you can never be disappointed because you haven't got an expectation. So I thought I'd share that with you. Well, I want to thank all of you for joining us. And there we go. You and I are always in competition, so you get the book up first. This is a wonderful book. It's called Healing the Holes in Your Soul. It's all about from, as you say, from gutter, what's the other expression, to?
From the sledge of the gutter to amazing grace. That's how you've lifted me.
That's what it's all about, from gutter to grace. And this is so beautiful. It's a story how she found herself, and like the phoenix, the rebirths. So I encourage all of you to read the book. I believe you'll find it very empowering. And I like the person who wrote the foreword.
I love the person who wrote the foreword, because the person who wrote the foreword also wrote this book, The Spiritual Primer. And if it wasn't for this book and that amazing Dr. Michael Gross sitting virtually next to me, the book he's holding would not even be in existence. And Michael, I want to just say before I miss this, you have had so many people sending you hearts and love.
Thank you.
And one from Canada who says, I honor you, eh? And she calls you handsome as well. And as I do. You know who I'm talking about. She's amazing. And here, I must say that there are so many golden nuggets within the pages of this book. He puts a beautiful inscription into the front of every book. And right now, the only way to get his book is to contact one of us, and we'll make sure we put one in the mail for you. There has been so many things that have happened to me, Michael, in the 6 years that I've known you. And I am so blessed and honored to be doing these podcasts with you. So definitely, people, if you've never had a complimentary consultation with Michael, take his offer seriously and call him. All the contact information is in the comments section. And if you lose the comments section, contact one of us and we will definitely connect with you, okay? Because this is the epitome of excellence, and it saved my life, and it can save everybody else's as well. So thank you so much, Michael, for spending so much time with us.
Thank you for your kind words, everyone. Thank you for your thoughts and the beautiful hearts. And as we're concluding, I want everyone to know that you are really very special. And as you assist us in our mission and goal of waking up the soul, words of wisdom, mass consciousness healing, that is what you're here for, because you are the solution, and you are here to make a difference, because you are unlimited. Thank you, everyone. I wish you well. We wish you well. Namaste. Love you, everyone.
Namaste. We love you. Thank you. Invite your friends. We would love to have hundreds of people on these podcasts, right, Michael?
Absolutely.